your intuition is your superpower. It is the kryptonite to the ego, the anti-ego. Your intuition is the guiding light and the path that will lead you to your manifestations. It will open up the way to receiving everything you manifest. And I'm going to teach you how to recognize your intuition and follow it. I'm putting this in the Create playlist because it is crucial. It is a crucial part of manifestation. I'm going to give you examples and I'm going to teach you how to strengthen your awareness of your own intuition. First, let's talk about my favorite technique for learning how to recognize and follow your intuition. I call it ferrying around. It's when you go around and you just act like a fairy, maybe. Basically, you're going to pick a day, and it's fine if you do it by yourself. It's fine if you do it with friends or your kids. You can do this in any situation. You pick a period of time or a day if you have that available. And you are going to ferry around by only doing the next most interesting or fun thing. And here's what you're going to do. When you're ready to begin your session, you're just going to take a deep breath and ask yourself, what should I do next? Okay? No plans, nothing on the calendar, just the question, what should I do next? And whatever pops into your head, you are going to go do it, even if it doesn't make sense. Especially if it doesn't make sense. It will always be safe, by the way. Your intuition is not going to tell you to do something bonkers crazy. Try it. And when you're done with the first thing, and if you still have time left, again, restart. Center yourself. What do I want to do next? And then go do it. You are going to learn how your intuition communicates with you. Everyone has intuition, okay? Everyone has it. It commonly comes out in some of these ways. It can be perceiving an image in your mind or through a dream. It could be a knowing without having received any information. The example I like to use for that type of intuition is if you get a call or a text and you automatically know who it is before you looked at your phone. That is intuition. And that's possible because, remember, you are consciousness. You are more than your body, and your consciousness is able to perceive energy outside of your body. Another form of intuition is more of like physical sensations. If you receive a positive confirmation of something, it might feel like a warm tingly feeling, a tingly in your legs, or a warmth in your heart space. Alternatively, if you are receiving the intuition to avoid something, it may feel like a sudden pit in your stomach, or a sudden stabbing, icky feeling, or just not a good feeling. Some of us receive intuition through our thoughts in our mind, which can be tricky because then you really have to practice recognizing the ego to sort out your intuitive thoughts from your ego thoughts. But you can do that, and here is a baseline to keep in mind. Your intuition is always guiding you toward peace, towards the stillness, a feeling of calm peacefulness. Sometimes it may be an intense guiding trying to get you to avoid something. But what I mean by that is it's never going to say something negative to you or about you. It's never going to put you down. It's not going to recall negative memories from the past or worry about the future. That's all ego function. Those are just some common forms of intuition and how they play out. Sometimes for those who perceive images or scenes in their mind, you can even do that if you have aphantasia. I talk about that sometimes because I struggled with that. But even if you close your eyes and you don't actually visualize something, you can still perceive a scene or an image. And we'll talk about that later. Here's what's going to happen when you take the time to ferry around and follow your intuition. It is supposed to be fun, and some delightful things are going to happen along the way. Here's an example. I was driving my two boys to my parents' house, and along the way, I perceived an image in my mind of a specific 7-Eleven. And immediately I thought to myself, I don't want to go there, it's out of the way. I've now come to realize that when I perceive an image in my mind, it just pops into my mind. If I immediately have an opposing thought, that was my ego, and I need to go to where that image is immediately. So I did. I pulled in. Funny story, I ended up running into some people from my childhood, little synchronicity. Went inside, bought one lottery ticket, won $50. The reason for that is because your intuition will look for ways to gain your attention and your trust so that you continue to follow it. We're not following intuition for the goal of purchasing the big winning lottery ticket. If that happens, congratulations, awesome. The point is that synchronicities will happen to help you put more time and attention in following your intuition. Another example, I was on my way to work in the morning. I take the same route every morning. I received an intuition that I should take the back route. Immediately my thought was like, I don't want to do that. That's weird. I'm in my routine. But I realized that when I have an intuition, I should follow it. So I did. Got to work on time. Half the office was late because the main route was mega backed up with a serious accident. So the road was just blocked. Hours late to work. That's just a little check box that you are following your intuition correctly, and it is meant to help you be in the flow and receive your desires easier, faster, without so much resistance. So what I want you to do is get your journal or your notepad out, set aside some time to go ferry around and just blindly follow your intuition, okay? And then take notes. Every stop you go, write it down, and at the end of the day, write down any fun synchronicities that happened, any joyful moments, any good things, any lucky things, and just take a note. Do that when you can. Try and do it once a week for a little bit. Try and do it as often as you can. The more you do it, the more you are going to realize that your intuition is guiding you to joy, peace, and receiving your manifestations. And your intuition, baby, is always right. Always. And I want you to learn how to trust it. It's going to make the process a whole lot easier and a whole lot better. You are perfect just the way you are right now.